Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. This is your boy Town Biz. All right, check this out. All right, so it's been a week since the Demetrius Andrade fight where he made his PBC debut, defeating Nicholson via dominant, unanimous decision. At the end of the day, I thought it was a very dominant performance. But the pros and cons with Demetrius Andrade, he's very dominant. But the problem is with him, it's just his fighting style. To me, if you're a boxing purist like I am, you understand what he does. To most fans, if you want to see what you call spectacular knockouts, well, then again, it depends on who's issuing the knockout. Then they'll give him high praise. If you look like Triple G, then you get all the credit in the world for knocking out, basically milkmen and, the cab drivers and Foot Locker workers. But if you look like Deontay Wilder, you haven't fought anybody. So at the end of the day, that's very deceptive and that's very questionable when it comes to saying we want to see knockouts. And it depends on who the pure boxer is. If you're Vasily Lomachenko, you get credit for being a master boxer, which Vasily Lomachenko isn't a master boxer. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But Demetrius Andrade, I still think it's going to be difficult for him to get marquee fights. I don't think it's fair and I don't think it's right. At the end of the day, it's boxing. People talk about, a lot of these fighters talk about how good they are and how they're elite. But then at the end of the day, they don't want to put themselves through a real test to prove how elite and how stand out they are as a boxer. They'll say, well, I don't like his style for me. And, I don't want to fight this dude. At the end of the day, if you say you're the best and you say you're a top 10 pound per pound fighter, or people have you as a pound per pound, fighter, then you should fight the people that could solidify you. And the problem is Demetrius Andrade, to me, I think Demetrius Andrade, if he had a better resume, if he could have got the Charlos or got Canelo or Triple G on his resume, I think Demetrius Andrade would easily be a top 10 pound per pound fighter, because to me, he's that good. But I looked at his performance and I thought it was a great performance. Now, we could talk about the controversial knockdown that didn't happen, should have happened, should have counted, didn't count. But at the end of the day, it didn't get credit as a knockdown. Doesn't take away from the fact that Demetrius Andrade knocked down Nicholson multiple times. And even if they would have counted it, Demetrius Andrade's been dropped before. Even if they would have counted it as knockdown, what that had took away the fight from him, the dominant performance, because he still pretty much won every round. So what, he would have lost one round? Losing one round is still a dominant performance. At the end of the day, he wasn't hurt. So, it is what it is. And I know people going to say, well, nobody don't want to see that style of fighting. Well, like I said, it depends on who the guy is that's fighting. I really think Demetrius Andrade should get his chance to get some of these marquee fights. At the end of the day, Triple G shamelessly ducked him, and so did Canelo. Canelo's been ducking Demetrius Andrade for years. Canelo has flat out said he's not ever going to fight him. Now, I will say this in critique of Demetrius Andrade. He does have periods in fights where, he gets lackadaisical. Sometimes, he puts himself in a position to where you can land a big shot. And you kind of wonder, well, could he get into an actual fight with Canelo and be dominating the fight? Canelo catch him with something and basically ends the fight? You have to wonder that. That's why it's intriguing to want to see Demetrius Andrade versus these type of people. I want to see him in a position where he go through some adversity. And that's why he should get these fights. See how the same way people question, can people handle him? Well, can he handle these guys? Can he handle the Caleb Plants? Can he handle the Benavides? Can he handle the Canelos? Can he handle the Charlos? Well, it appears at this point in this stage of his career, will we ever get a chance to find out? Somebody need to get in the ring with him. Let me tell you something. If somebody can get a victory over Demetrius Andrade, basically a guy that a lot of people feel has been getting ducked and overlooked, that will speak volumes for your career. Basically, your legacy. You know, Canelo, he fights Demetrius Andrade and he beats him decisively without a controversial decision, or he even stops him. Then a lot of people that's been, basically skeptic of Canelo and his performance as a fighter. That will make people say, well, you know what, Canelo, maybe we've been wrong about Canelo. It's just maybe that performance against Bibble. But at the end of the day, Canelo still has a lot of question marks surrounding him as a fighter. Whether you want to praise Canelo or not, that's not my thing. I think Canelo is a good fighter, but I don't think he's what everybody's made him out to be. And the same way people question Crawford being number one pound for pound, you could always put a question mark on whether you thought Canelo was pound for pound number one fighter. So, I just wanted to put that out there. I want to see Demetrius Andrade get these big fights. To me, I feel like he deserves them. And unfortunately, too long, he's been a victim of circumstance. And the circumstances is he can't get marquee fights. So at the end of the day, let's see how he fares against these fighters that I've named. Anyway, thanks for listening. This is your boy Town Biz. I am out.